Hello everybody, this is Magnetar Prime again with another Transformers video review. This time I have the Transformers Universe Classic Series Nemesis Prime. This is a Voyager size figure. This figure is a black repaint of the classic Voyager Optimus Prime figure that was released back in 2008. At that time, he was sold exclusively at the San Diego Comic-Con International and the Hasbro Toy Shop website. Before we look further into this great figure, I would like to talk about the history of this character. The Nemesis Prime name made its first appearance in the Generation 1 universe in the Transformers Devastation comic book, which is a 6-issue comic book miniseries published by IDW. The first issue was released on October 3rd in 2007, the second issue was released on October 24th of 2007, and then it was published monthly until February 2008. In the comic book, Nemesis Prime is not an evil clone of Optimus Prime, but the new identity of Nova Prime, who eventually ends up in the Dead universe and turns evil. He personally tries to kill Optimus Prime, but he's shot in the back and killed by Galvatron. On the other side, the Transformers Universe tells us a different story. Basically, Nemesis Prime is the culmination of a grand plan never realized by Straxus before his destruction. He was a low-class warrior reconstructed to be the very image of Optimus Prime. He possessed much of the knowledge of the Autobot leader. Despite his incredible powers, he is very unstable and a threat to both Decepticons and Autobots. Now, let's take a quick look at the box. So this box features a clear window in which you can see the figure. He comes in his vehicle mode. On the front we have a nice art or graphic design of Nemesis Prime, which is really cool. Then we have the Transformers Universe, and it also says robots in disguise. Now on one side of the box we have another very cool graphic design of Nemesis Prime. On the back side we have the picture of the figure in his robot mode and in his vehicle mode. We have the Nemesis Prime tech spec or BIOS right here. It also tells the smokestack becomes the stellar converter cannon and the windbane becomes a disruptor cannon, which is pretty cool. Now let's set this box aside and let's talk about the figure. And this is a Voyager size figure, and he will display perfect next to all the classic and generation figures. The paint job application in this figure is really nice. As you can see, he does have a lot of details. He has this light green or turquoise color. He's also painted black, and he has silver details. As you can see, there's a lot of details over here. The paint job is really good. This is what he looks like from the back side. We turn him around. Now this gun that he has right here is actually the smokestacks of his truck, and I'm gonna show it closer to you, which is it is a very nice gun. It looks like a submachine gun or something like that. But on the box, it is actually referred as the Stellar Converter Cannon, or that's what it is called on the box. Now let's look at the other weapon right here. This is actually his windbane once he's transformed into his vehicle mode, but it is actually labeled as Disruptor Cannon on the box. So this is what we're gonna call it. This is the Disruptor Cannon, and this is the Stellar Converter Cannon. Now let's set these weapons aside. Now let's talk about this figure articulation. As you can see, the head sculpt could be rotated 360 degrees. His arms can also be rotated 360 degrees. His elbows are on a ratchet and can move up and down. He does have a waist articulation. It's 360 degrees, as you can see. Also, this section right here can be entirely rotated, but this is for his transformation, which I will show you later. His legs can move from side to side, back and forth. His knees can bend, and his feet can be moved up and down as well. So this is a very possible figure. Now let's set him aside real quick. Another thing that I would like to mention is that this particular figure has been released by both Hasbro and Takara in different variations. We have the Classics Optimus Prime released by Hasbro in 2006. Then in 2007, Also released by Hasbro, we have Ultra Magnus, which comes in a 2-pack with Sky Warp. Later on 2008, again released by Hasbro, we have the Classics Nemesis Prime, which is this figure right in front of you. Then again in 2008, we have the Shattered Glass Optimus Prime that was released at BotCon, and he was only available as part of a set of 6 other Transformers figures. We also have the Optimus Prime released by Takara, we have the Nemesis Prime released by Takara, and we have the Ultra Magnus released by Takara as well. And with that, we have 7 different variations of this mold, and I think that's great because this is a very nice figure, you know. The Nemesis Prime that was released by Takara has his windshield painted red and some other minor differences in the paint job as well. Now let me bring some other Transformers figures for a quick size comparison. I'm going to start off with Bumblebee from the Transformers Classics line. So let's move this guy out of the way a little. And there he is next to Bumblebee. And here we have Nemesis Prime next to I-Gear Patrol Specialist, also known as Ironhead. And here we have him next to one of the Rainmakers from the BotCon 2013 exclusive. So as you can see, Nemesis Prime displays very well with other Transformers Classics and Generation figures. So I definitely recommend you getting Nemesis Prime if you collect the Transformers Generations or Classics figures. Now let's get him transformed into his vehicle mode. Now to get him transformed into his tractor trailer mode, all we have to do is we're gonna push these arms up, and we're gonna leave him like that for now. Then this section right here, I'm gonna fold it up and fold it down. His head, I'm gonna rotate it around and I'm gonna push it right into this cavity. Then I'm gonna grab this section, only this section right here, and I'm gonna rotate it around just like so. Now the front part of the truck, we're just gonna flip it down like this, and this section right here we're gonna close it up just like so. Now next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna attach both of his legs together. We will flip down his feet, and we'll do the same thing with this the knee pads. I'm gonna flip them down just like so. Now this section right here we're gonna fold it up, and now the arms, it can be a little bit tricky if you're not used to transform this guy, but all we have to do is open this section up just like so and rotate this around. I'm gonna show it real quick. So we're gonna rotate it around, we're gonna fold in his fist, turn this around, and just like so, and we're gonna push it all the way in and make sure that it taps and it is secure in there. Once we have this part together, we'll do the same with the other one. So again, we have to do is fold this section or this panel up, rotate it around like so. We will fold in his fist, and we're gonna fold down his shoulder and rotate down his arm again, and we're gonna push this section in and make sure that it taps perfect. As you can see, now this panel right here, we're gonna flip it just like so. Same over here, and this is his tractor trailer mode. His guns can also be mounted or attached into his tractor trailer mode. Let me show you real quick. Let's start with a Stellar Converter Cannon. All we have to do is we're gonna separate this section and we're gonna fold this in just like so. We'll do the same thing over here. We're gonna fold it in, and as you can see, there's 2 tabs in here, and we will attach it right on the back, right over here. I'll show you real quick. Touch it just like that. Now the other gun, which is the Disruptor Cannon, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna flip the tip of the gun in, and we're gonna separate this section down, and we're gonna fold it right like that. Then we will split or separate this section, and we're just gonna fold it all the way in, and there it goes. Now this also has a tab here, and it will be mounted right on the top of the cap, just like so. And this is Nemesis Prime Tractor Trailer mode. Now let's bring this figure closer to the camera so you can see all of the details. Again, the paint job in this figure is really cool. We have the grayish dark blue on the sides, we have the silver paint on the sides, we have the light green or turquoise color on it, the windshields are blue, and just so you guys know, the Takara version of Nemesis Prime has this section painted red, and I believe everything is black, but I'm not sure on that. Also, the wheels, at first I thought that they were all painted black, but the rims are painted like a, I don't know, like a copperish color or something like that. The grill section is all plastic silver. I wish they would make, like, I don't know, like put some chrome on it or something. But other than that, this figure is very nice. The colors are really nice. We do have this, the Decepticon insignia on both shoulders. Never mind, just one shoulder. And let's see, this figure rolls perfect without any issues at all. Now let me bring another figures for a quick size comparison. And let me first bring Shattered Glass Drift from the Transformers Collectors Club. So as you can see, the cab mode or vehicle mode is a little bit smaller for a Voyager size figure, but that doesn't really bother me at all because this is a very nice figure anyway. Now let me bring the Decepticon drag strip for more size comparison. And here we have him next to Runabout and Runabout from the Transformers Collectors Club. Let me show you the side view so you have a better idea of the size of this figure. Now another thing that you might want to know about this figure is that there's a connector on the back and you can attach a trailer on it. Now as far as I know, there's no trailer made by Hasbro for it, but there's a couple of third-party companies that actually made an add-on kit or trailer for this vehicle or for Nemesis Prime. And here I have Nemesis Prime with the BTS-01B motion cryptotype base. So as you can see, Nemesis Prime has many options in his vehicle mode. You can get this third-party kit for it, or you can get other third-party kits for it as well. Let me bring some other figures for another size comparison. And here we have him with some more Decepticon figures. Now let me get these guys out of the way. So as you can see, the Transformers Universe Nemesis Prime is a very nice figure in his robot mode or in his vehicle mode. And you have many options in his vehicle mode as third-party companies go. So if you like the classics or generation Transformers figures, I think that Nemesis Prime will be a great addition to your collection. And with this, I conclude this Transformers video review of Nemesis Prime. This is Magnetar Prime. Thank you for watching.